Welcome parents and students. Thank you so much for coming back this evening for our annual report to parent night.
Mission statement for Leverett. Leverett School promotes excellence by educating its diverse student population in a nurturing, challenging, and disciplined environment, committed to helping all students gain the necessary skills to become responsible citizens and lifelong learners.
We are lucky at Leverett to have so many special programs, such as a music program that is for students in all grades. And this year we get to have PE 5 days a week. We also have integrated technology in all subject areas. We have the support of PTO along with district funds that have provided mobile carts for netbooks and laptops, iPads, iPod touches, and those are used in all classes. We have special education services, ESL services, Watchdog Dads, a great partnership with the university, after-school clubs, hands-on science programs, a school guidance program, OGC services, and a fantastic PTO.
STEM focus for our school. Actions that we had taken last year. We formed a partnership with the University of Arkansas, and staff members from the university and also from Leverett began to research on becoming a STEM focused school. We researched curriculum that would address all the following components: science, technology, engineering, and math. Members of our staff visited other schools in order to obtain more knowledge about how to become a STEM-focused school. Last year we also applied and received a grant from Project Lead the Way to become a pilot school for their elementary program.
This year we will continue on with our STEM focus. We will look at specific practices that will not only improve but expand on our student achievement that we have built of this last year, and we will be sharing our innovative practices with others with the help of the university.
Project Lead the Way is a pre-engineering program that provides opportunities to expand upon STEM curriculum. It also offers not only pre-engineering but technology curriculum that correlates with STEM initiatives that we're currently implementing at Leverett. Project Lead the Way is offered in 3,000 schools across all 50 states. Leverett is one of the few schools in the nation to be selected to become a pilot program for its elementary program.
Last year we talked about becoming a conversion charter school, which means it would be a charter that stays a part of Fayetteville Public Schools. After the Department of Education passed Act 601 in April, we began looking into the benefits of becoming a school of innovation. We will be discussing more of this as the school year goes on and possibly filling out the rest of the application for the School of Innovation rather than a conversion charter school. We will again have more meetings on this as the year goes on.
Moving along to literacy and talking about our comprehensive literacy model that we have at Leverett. Daily components of this model include read aloud with vocabulary lesson, strategy-based mini lessons, phonics or word study, small group instruction, independent reading, content-specific writing. We also provide enrichments and interventions that are developed to meet additional needs for our students.
Annual yearly progress. Those of you who have been here for a while know that this progress is a part of No Child Left Behind reported yearly. Arkansas is among many of the states that were granted a waiver this past year, allowing the state to assess schools not only on test scores, but to reduce the proficiency gaps. Now students are counted only once in a target group and once for a combined population.
Now look at some of our data. ITBS is a normed reference test that our students take each spring, and looking at the percentile rank for grades 1 through 5. As you'll see, we had an increase in first, second, and third grade. One thing to note is that this is not limited to the same students. Grades 1 and 2 represent a comprehensive score for reading, and grades 3 through 5 represent a total reading score.
ITBS Math National Percentile Ranking. In grades 2, 3, and 5 we had increases. And again, this is not just those same students, this is all new students combined in. Grades 1 and 2, that is math problems. Grades 3 through 5 would be a total math score.
Benchmark literacy, percentage of students who are proficient or advanced. You'll notice that we had an increase in 3rd and 4th grade. Also note again that this is not limited to the same students, and as you look at these percentile rankings, or percentiles rather, you should note that regional and state averages are in the mid to upper 80s.
Benchmark math percentages of proficient or advanced students. We had an amazing increase at all grades. Way to go, Leverett students and teachers. The regional and state average for benchmark math, upper to mid 80s.
At Leverett, we take a little bit of a different approach to how we move students along. In most schools, students move through requirements of the curriculum by being assigned to a teacher for a full year who assesses the student's progress at the end of the chapter or unit or a time period. This tells the teacher how well the student has performed on that test, but doesn't necessarily assess the standards the student has mastered. When the assessment is complete, the student is done with that learning and moves on to the next area of learning. At Leverett, we do things just a little bit different. Our goal is to help every student reach the highest level of demonstration of the standards. If it takes less than a 9-week period to acquire a particular standard, a student can demonstrate the mastery of that standard, he or she will move on to another. If it takes more than a quarter, that's okay too. All students are expected to demonstrate the required outcomes, but different students will demonstrate their learning in different ways at different paces. We are fortunate enough to have certified staff members again this year to provide interventions and enrichments for all students to ensure adequate progress.
In 5th grade, students also take the benchmark assessment for science. We had an amazing increase for 5th grade last year. The regional and state average is in the mid to upper 60s.
Now moving on to our MAPS assessment data. MAPS is an assessment that students take 3 times a year, and teachers use it to monitor student growth in reading and math. The growth for last year, 72% of our students made growth in reading last year. That's up from 66% the previous year. And it's also well above the district average, which is tied, well above the district average tied for highest in the district.
In math, we had amazing 80% growth. Last year we had 69% growth. The 80% growth is the highest in the district. Way to go, Leverett!
National Core Standards, the Common Core State Standards for English, Language Arts, and Mathematics, are designed to prepare students for college and career readiness. The standards are research-based and internationally benchmarked. The content at each grade level is based on learning progressions.
Why do we need Common Core Standards? To ensure that all students, no matter where they live, are prepared for success in post-secondary education and in the workforce. Common Standards will help ensure that Arkansas students are receiving a high-quality education consistently from school to school, town to town, and state to state.